Hey guys, what is going on? This is card number 5. Today I have another player review for you. We're going to be focusing on the live series reliever Andrew Miller for the Yankees. Now, this card was obtainable in the Captain store for a while. It's fairly cheap. It's running from anywhere from 12 to 14K. It's one of the few diamond relievers in the game. Now, keep in mind, diamond relievers are really rare because it is more difficult for a reliever to be diamond because just how the weighted algorithms work. It's a lot easier for closers to be diamond. So that being said, that should speak for itself on just how good Andrew Miller's attributes are in the game. So I don't really need to touch too much on those. 99 hits per 9, 99 K per 9. What separates Andrew Miller from a lot of relievers or closers in this game is the fact his control is so amazing. Most relievers that have those really good per 9s, Chapman, the flashback Broxton, Billy Wagner, Chris Sale, I could go on and on. A lot of those guys have really good per 9s, but they don't have the control. Andrew Miller also has good clutch, and he does come with 3 pitches, 4-seam, slider, 2-seam. His 4-seamer can go anywhere from 95 up to 97 miles an hour. His 2-seamer is 94 to 96 miles an hour, and his slider is anywhere from 83 to 85 miles an hour. Now for his slider and 2-seamer, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but some of the best pitches in the game. They both come with 99 break. Now I know Zach Britton is another really good reliever in the game, and he's a very similar pitcher to Miller. The only difference being is he has a sinker as well as the 2-seam and 4-seam, which I don't really know. The sinkers are nice, so that's kind of nice. But Andrew Miller, comes with 3 pitches. 2 of them have 99 break, and he has one of the best sliders in the game. Now, the one downside of Miller is he doesn't have a changeup, so it can be kind of difficult to pitch to righties. I do want to show you guys my stats really quickly. I picked him up out of the Captain store a couple weeks ago whenever they had him in there. So far, hitters are batting 138, righties are 200, lefties are 071. I haven't allowed a run yet. Whip is .58. Granted, I don't have a ton of innings with Andrew Miller, but yep, he hasn't allowed a run thus yet. So next we're going to go into pitching practice and give you guys some pointers for Andrew Miller, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so first I want to talk about how you want to attack lefties of Andrew Miller. Now, I have Andrew Miller in my bullpen, and I try to keep him only against lefties. Not to say he can't face righties, it's just I have so many great relievers out of my pen that can pitch to righties. So I'm not saying Andrew Miller can't pitch to righties, but pretty much in my bullpen, he is left-handed only, but I'll still show you guys how to pitch to both. Now we're going to, again, start with lefties here. Pretty basic. You got your fastball and your slider. You want to establish your fastball. The one thing, though, I will say is you want to be careful with just throwing a fastball on the inner half or away. I always like to start out my opponents with a slider. I like to start them off with a slider, slightly under the strike zone, because I want to see where their bat speed is at and what they're looking. Now, if they swing at this pitch, they're mostly looking on the inner half for a fastball, and that's going to tell me, this player probably has the capability to turn on that inside fastball, so I have to be careful. Now, you'll know when you're playing your opponent throughout the game what his bat speed is, so make sure you take that into consideration. If he has a slow bat, and you already know that, go ahead and attack him. Lefty on lefty, go ahead and attack him with a fastball in. If they have a quick bat, I like to test them with a slider just to see what they're looking. And then also you can try the away fastballs to get them looking. If they're starting to lay off that slider, that's when you just attack them. Pretty straightforward pitcher, guys. Nothing too crazy. Again, keep throwing from the same arm slot. You notice your opponent is keeping his PCI low. You might have to throw the slider a little bit elevated. And I'll show you guys what I like to do against a lot of World Series players or higher CS players. Is I like to start the slider about right here, because I know a lot of the time they're looking for the fastball up and in or the fastball middle in, because a lot of good players are looking to take away that fastball. So if you start the slider about right here or even right here, that's a really good pitch, and a lot of people don't even throw the slider like that. A lot of people just keep it down, which is still a good pitch. But yeah, I like to start them out with that slider about right there. Something I can't reiterate enough is Andrew Miller's control is just, as I throw a ball, his control is probably the best among all closers and relievers. besides maybe the Wainwright or Joe Nathan. I'm not sure what their control is, but his control is phenomenal. It's one reason he's diamond. He has good control on all his pitches, and he has excellent walks per nine. And he's usually playing up. Inside edge, he's almost always playing up to like a 95. So pretty straightforward against the lefty guys. You can also use the two-seamer, run it in on their hands. Again, that two-seamer has 99 break, so make sure you utilize that pitch as well. Now we'll go ahead and show you guys how I like to attack righties. Now, again, against righties, here's what I like to do. I like to establish the fastball away to righties. Again, keep them from the same arm slot. I like to start with this fastball right here, or a fastball about right in here. And I like to get that for the first pitch strike. Once I establish that fastball, I like to come right back. Again, guys, just look at the break on the slider if we start at middle. Look at this. That's insane. Not only does it sweep across the entire plate, more than half the width of the plate, it also has a lot of downward tilt to it, so I just want to show you guys real quick. But yeah, once you establish the fastball on the outer half, say you start a fastball up in here or over here, what you want to do is throw that slider about right here for that. It's going to look like a fastball in that same spot you've been hitting. So slider about right here in on the hands. Of course, if you can keep the fastball down, sliders down in are great pitches. Fastball down in is a great pitch. Also, against a righty, you want to utilize that 99 break on the two-seamer. And this is one pitch I like to do as well. That's the two-seam away, high and away, middle high away, or whatever. It's really, really hard to square that pitch up. Again, like I said, a lot of people are good at getting their PCI to the corners because that's where the PCI stops. They can't go any farther. But for the pitches in between, a lot of people can struggle, so that's why I like to throw in the middle sometimes. Not down the middle, but middle away or middle in. So that two-seamer is a really good pitch, has enough movement, especially on Hall of Fame difficulty. If you're ranked high, it's going to be hard to square those pitches up. It's not only in Hall of Fame difficulty, but with Miller's, 99 hits in K per 9. So I like to throw that pitch a lot. If your opponent has a slow bat, just challenge them, guys. And then, of course, you always want to work that slider from the same arm slot. So this is one of my favorite pitches against righties. Right in here. Alright, a lot of times they're going to be swinging at that. Now, if they're starting to lay off, what you can do is you can come right back with a high fastball. And you can also do that two-seamer breaking away. It's a dirty pitch. Did he just take me a yard? Alright, guys, that doesn't happen in a game, I promise. But no, that was a good hit by the computer. But yeah, that's how I like to use Andrew Miller. Pretty basic, straightforward. I would love to have him have a changeup. That might be his one downside, but he can still be really effective against righties if you don't have that bullpen depth. So, anyways, guys, I'll have a gameplay clip for you as well. So stay tuned. All right, so this is a game I had a couple of days ago. Brought Andrew Miller in. I know the score was kind of lopsided, but he had a lot of lefties in, so I decided to go ahead and bring Andrew Miller's in. I start him off with a slider down and away. Go back to the slider. My opponent was pretty much swinging at everything at this point, so I knew he would chase the slider, so I went ahead and just kept throwing it. You couldn't hit it. Strike three. Set down, and here we have Anthony Rizzo. Again, Andrew Miller shines against lefties, guys. Start him off with a slider down and away. Opponent's swinging at everything. Probably a little frustrated and decided to pause it. Yeah, he was really frustrated. He brought Alan Craig in, so this is a good demonstration of Andrew Miller versus a right-handed batter, a good one to add to that. Start him off with a slider down, missed my spot a little bit to a 1-1 count. Again, like I said on my tips, I try to get that slider in on the hands. He's looking for the fastball, like I guess the high fastball. He was swinging way over the top of that, and I go right back to the slider. Lays off. So once I noticed he started to lay off that slider, I decided to go to the fastball. And again, we try to keep the same arm slot. We throw a fastball high and away. It looked like it's going to be that slider in on the hands and get him chasing to end the game. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure you like them. It's really not that hard just to hit like. It really helps the videos out. It helps more people see them as well. So a lot of these people that are looking for the tips can find them. So I really appreciate it, guys. So make sure you like and sub. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.